Toastmaster Ananth.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Good morning. How many of you here have grappled with inferiority complex, either in the past or subtly in as such presently as well? Is that okay? Thank you because for acknowledging it. It is a fairly heavy feeling, isn't it? It is like something which is like a helicopter which is hovering on you. And there's an inner voice which is telling you, you are not good enough. That is something that I was thinking about when I was trying to identify what should be my topic of how should I introduce myself into this group. Because we can always champion ourselves saying that I did this and I did that. So I wanted to share a personal story about how I had grappled with inferiority complex in my childhood as well. So I'm Ananth. I'm from Hyderabad, born and raised here. Recently, I was with my wife trying to select a school for my 4-year-old son. And during that time, I thought it would be a typical exercise where it would just be checking off the basics. It might be the fee structure or the facilities or the amenities. But after that, I realized that exercise became an exploratory and a nostalgic session for myself. Because I then was reminiscing about my childhood, what were the ups and downs, what were the things that I was managing at that point of time. So if you are from Hyderabad, you would know a school called Bharati Vidya Bhavan. It's in Jubilee Hills. I did my schooling there. And if somebody is unaware, that school has a very good reputation. It is an esteemed institution, especially at that point of time. And everybody would think that it was an amazing experience. But my tale there is a tale of two contrasts. I had not the best of experience there, even though they had knowledgeable teachers, great facilities and amenities. Because my sister, also who is right now a doctor, was in the same school, and my parents both were working professionals. So they had not the kind of they had a similar expectation that because my sister was pretty good in academics, and they had a similar expectations, and they thought I would manage the same. But it was not the case, because there were a set of individuals and a set of group. There was a group of children who were studying it, and it is coincidental. It is not a dig on the institution as such, but it is coincidence that I had been a part of a group who come from a different financial background. So that had given that was the spark of my inferiority complex starting, because I was always lagging behind in things that they were accomplishing. They had a lot of stuff that I didn't have. So this constant comparison from the teachers, where I was not good enough in comparison with my sister in academics, at the same time not feeling that good in my peer group also, had that start of me falling down. So these are the typical signs. There is some pathological lying. There is some kind of me being laid back, being lazy, and not focusing on academics. So that was the start of things, and that showed in my academics. One of the incidents that I have to mention is that this was an incident that it's burnt in here, because I was called in from, my parents were called in from the principal's office because I was not doing academically well. And this was around the corner where the 10th board exams, which is very important, was there. A couple of months, and there's the board exam, and my parents are called. My mother comes in. I, as usual, am daydreaming behind my mom. And when the principal was there, and she said one thing: we will do our best to ensure that he would pass this year, but I am sure that he will pass in flying colors next year. I thought that statement that directly hit me here. They sealed my fate. This year I am not passing. So that was a big wake-up call. Not that there's a twist in tail that I cleared everything and I taught the class in 2 months. I barely made numbers to just pass. And as anybody who is from Hyderabad knows, that anybody who just passes or almost flunks 10th, there are only 2 options. No prizes for guessing. It's either Sri Chaitanya or Narayana. You're thrown into that jail where it's rigorous environment for education and academics. I thought I flew in from the frying pan into the fire itself. I thought I'm gone, end of me. But something very different happened there. I came out of that institute becoming a very different person, because I found a group of few individuals who were grappling with the similar kind of complex that I was grappling, because they came from similar backgrounds, and also there was a sense of camaraderie between us, because we had a common enemy, Sri Chaitanya, and now we have to face them together. So we were helping each other out to figure out how to deal with this on a daily basis. So when you help somebody, you grow. And the same thing happened with each other. So then that group became my strength, and that's where I found my voice. That's where I found my confidence, got my mojo back. And then that showed in my numbers. I grew and gotten into an easy, comfortable graduation, which is BCom. But that growth trajectory did not stop. I landed my first job in Deloitte, couple of years there, and there's no looking back. Because after that, I moved up, and the confidence that was nurtured grew my resilience in the beginning, and there was no cutting corners anymore. I was just going full on, and after my pursuing MBA, I'd gotten in the hustling job in Mumbai, and even got a chance to go to more than 12 countries. After this kind of growth, I always go back and see that these are the old time when there was a struggle that I was going through. Those were the seeds which actually made me into a different person. So right now, when I was looking at my son's schools, I look at academics at a very different lens. I do not look at academics where there is facilities and then just ranks coming up. I look at it where a nurturing atmosphere and a mentoring space is created for the child as well. So that's where I've selected this. So as somebody says, the scars from our past are kind of like the stars that light our future. So that is something that I take back, and that's the reason I've joined Toastmasters in Vision as well, that I can share something to the group, and I also learn as well and evolve as a person as well, apart from the speaking skills as well. So thank you very much for this opportunity.